you, Jed, Keith, Ty, Beth, and they're thinking they could either sway Tara or Vic. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote to evict Josh. Kyle's gonna vote to evict Josh. Oh, Austin
I
doesn't.
had a conversation with Ro, and he asked me if it comes down to what would I do.
And what'd you say?
And I was under the impression it was Josh, so I told him Josh. So I don't feel comfortable going against him.
You don't feel comfortable
No.
going against him. I told
Just
you
because I did have a conversation
Right,
with him,
I
and
did
we were
too.
trying to kind of do that, let's feel it out type thing.
And I told those guys, I said, you know, had we had this conversation before,
It would have been easier.
then my conversation with Ro would have been different.
Exactly.
And I could
Danced around.
I could have
the top-
danced around
Me
the
too.
topic, and I could
Me
have,
too.
you know,
Because this all happened
the same way I
yesterday.
did with Julie, how I danced, you know what I mean? I could have
Yeah.
all did it. So, but at the same time, I do recognize that this is a game. And if they absolutely, absolutely needed me, my vote,
Because right now, everybody's
okay.
the same.
The concern though is that if we do this, it potentially may expose the six.
If we flip.
Right.
Absolutely.
But there's no blood on anybody's hand for Julie's eviction. Do you see what I'm saying? So
But why?
So it would kind of have to be like the same situation as the Julie situation, where it was like literally last minute and we were all like literally scrambling around, and it was kind of like, you know, like even Austin doesn't have any blood on her hand. Somebody that was close to Julie, right? And decided, I mean, technically it could be one of those things where it's like, oh crap, like I'm put in a position where, you know, I'm being told like these are the numbers, and, you know, I got to think about my game, because if I don't vote to evict him, then I'm potentially going to be a target. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It could be one of those situations. I'm just telling you that it's in the talks. If
Yeah.
one of the other six is gonna approach you and talk to you about it more, it's an option. It's out there. But as of right now, how I'm playing is that I'm still heavy in Ro's corner, and I'm still heavy against Josh, because if I do have to vote to evict Ro, I kind of got to play shocked maybe. I don't want to though, right? Like
I know.
it's getting hard.
Because the thing is too, is Josh is a wild card, and you know, yes, he might.
But they're saying, oh, they can use him as a shield, but
Yeah, but what happens?
until how
what
longer?
What happens if he gets HOH next
Right.
week?
What
If he
happens?
gets HOH
like
next
everybody's
week,
saying, oh,
nobody knows where
Everybody's
he's
saying,
going.
oh, he's not going to win competitions, but
Doesn't matter,
let's
man.
be honest. Like
I tied with Josh yesterday.
all of these competitions are fair game to everybody, and what if it just so happens that we get into a competition that just happens to best suit his capabilities?
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what if we get into a competition where it's like, if you're a tall person, you have an advantage?
Exactly.
We've seen those
We've seen
competitions
those where they-
before,
those
right?
wall
So I
ones.
think, like, you can't count anybody out, and Josh is the kind of player that, like,
I think he can be underestimated with what he could possibly
yeah,
do.
I think so too. And the way, yeah,
Right? Like if he gets it in him, that say he gets it HOH next week, right? We're thinking
we're
that-
all screwed.
Exactly. Nobody is fucking safe.
Nobody's
if Josh
safe.
Is HOH.
Nobody's safe.
And that's gonna throw everybody's fucking plans.
And his
whatever they
whole
got in place.
demeanor and his attitude is going to change.
Yep. Exactly.
And he's going to play so many games with everybody, and he's going to pin people against everybody.
I personally disagree with getting Ro out this week.
I think they're just thinking that Ro and Kyle together is like really dangerous.
But on the other side of it, they're also looking at the same thing. Jed and Ty together are dangerous.
Right.
I've heard your three names.
Exactly.
Jed, Ty, you. All three of you guys are dangerous.
All three of us together are dangerous too. We're not less dangerous than Kyle and Ro.
Exactly.
And Kyle, and you also have to think Kyle and Ro are trying to pull in people that we already have. They're trying to pull you in. They're trying to pull Keith in.
So they're not a threat, in my opinion.
Because they're only 2 people together.
That's right.
And we have the numbers. But Josh wins HOH, and we're all screwed.
Like, nobody knows where his head's at. I don't think Josh would put me up, but
I think he'd put me up.
I think Josh would go towards strong. I think he would want to make a wave.
He'd probably put me and Jed up.
Yeah. And I don't know, is that a risk that you want to take?
Yeah. He's a wild card.
Right? Like, I almost
But should he win HOH?
I almost think we need to do the easy vote this week and see where the HOH
and
flops
play it
this
safe
week.
and not, yeah.
I don't know that.
And it's just, that's why I'm bringing it to you, right?
Oh no,
because it's a talk, it's a conversation that was had, but like obviously I'm glad that the conversation's being had early in the week, so that we can continue talking about it and get, because if getting everybody's perspective to kind of make the best decision.
An easy flip vote so close to the eviction against Roe that we did against Julie.
Agreed.
I think you will get a split vote in that case.
Agreed. Well, no, I think we could get the votes, in my opinion.
Yes, but I think it would be a lot more difficult. Like, you won't have as many on board.
We have the numbers. We could do it. Easy. Well, that's a friggin' lesson for me. Never telling anybody that early again that I'm not going to vote against them. I was just so sure that
I know
Josh was it.
That's the thing, right?
And I want Josh out. Like, I really do. Like, I don't want him to be in this house any longer, gloating and thinking that like he kept himself here. Like, I just don't want him here, to be honest.
No.
I just want him out. Like, I just he annoys me. Like, I don't want to see him.
Just don't want to be near
I
him.
just don't want him to play anymore. Those are some good points. Really good points, actually. I think we just need to play it safe, and the fact of the matter is that in this game we are the majority.
Yeah.
And we can take control. I think that as long as one of us wins the HOH next HOH, we are good.
Yeah. And I'm afraid that stringing him along, there is something that's going to come up. He came close to winning that. He was at 27-2. Right?
Had he started earlier, he would have won.
Exactly. So put that in a HOH position. Then you got some trouble. And yes, the guys may think, no way, he's not going to win it. But there's a chance that anybody can win anything in this game.
And that's what people don't realize. Anybody could win anything. Because I'm telling you, if I was in that competition with you guys, I don't know. I don't even know if I would have got one apple on the wagon.
It was challenging. It really was.
I've never maneuvered that thing before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
and it's not a reflection of whether like I'm a
physical beast or
not. It's
exactly.
just like,
it's just the fact that you had not. That's right.
That's just not my thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
my personal, right now, and I mean, I'll digest it and think it and
Yeah.
stuff like that. My gut, and I usually go with my gut on a lot of stuff, is Josh this week.
Yeah, I think so too. It didn't sit right with me completely. And that's why I was just like, you know what? Like, I get it. You know, it would be a big game move.
Oh, for sure.
There's some pros and there's some cons to it. You know, but I told the guy, he had my support.
Yeah.
And then, Jed asked me, well, why can't you lie? And I was just like, because, that's just not the game I want to play. It's just not.
No.
I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just not.
No.
Not right now, anyways. Not so early in the game.
No, I'm on the same wavelength as you. It's, if I'm sitting down and I'm having a conversation with someone And even though I didn't fully come out and say, hey, yeah, you got my vote, like I'm not going to vote for you type thing.
Right.
But I did insinuate that, no, mine is going towards Josh. because
Right.
That's the impression that I
Right.
thought it was.
And like I said, had we had this conversation
Yesterday
before,
would have been different.
it would have been a different story.
My gut is telling me Josh.
Me too.
And I go with my gut on a lot of stuff.
It's the same feeling that I was feeling when I was just like, my gut's telling me Julie. My gut, I know everybody wants Josh right now because he did all this stuff, but like, damn, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And that's how I feel. I just, it's his time's up.
I agree. I agree with you. I think it should be Josh this week. And I think we need to see gun hard for the HOH and see where that falls.
And then
it's on us then to.
And then what I told Jed too, I said, to be honest with you, I think we need to get Kyle out before Roe.
I agree.
Because
Kyle's the threat in terms of.
Right, Kyle's leading that group. Roe will do anything Kyle says. You leave Kyle in, he has the opportunity to potentially pull people in.
He does, and he's a smooth talker.
He's a smooth talker.
You know,
he's observant.
He might not be a.
And then Jed was like, "Well, we don't have that option, right?"
What's up, Buttercup?
So excited to make my sandwich.
I know, me too. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Whatever Austin made smells so good too. Like, I'm not
fuck.
mad at you, but
I was sitting there watching her make it, and I was like, oh.
I'm gonna do